A comedian, a famous comedian in Nigeria, says something a cappella. He said that because you have 50 million naira in your accounts, you think you are very rich. He did something. He said, listen, he said, if you travel by land from Abuja to Kaduna and you are kidnapped, he said, bro, you are broke. Because by the time they ask for your 50 million, you now discover suddenly that you thought you were rich, only to find out that you were not actually rich. That's taken away. So most of the time, the reason that we are very slow about investing is the little million that is in the account as account balance. And that's actually what we're mistaken for wealth. The truth is that until you have a business, predictably, that can meet money for you on daily basis, weekly basis, or monthly basis, don't rest. Don't stop investing. Be aggressive about it. Otherwise, you're not going to walk into a financial freedom. And the way the life is designed is also, as the age goes up, the care for it begins to wind down also. And especially if you have actually experienced failures so much, then it begins to affect your decision making. It begins to affect your enthusiasm about life, about money making. It begins to reduce your passion for materialism. So especially as Christian, the material thing begins to smell to you like sin. It's not necessary. But I want us to understand something. If wealth is vanity, if riches is vanity, have you ever thought of it also that poverty is also vanity? If wearing good shoes is vanity, have you ever thought of it? Wearing rough shoes is also vanity. So we are going to choose in between these two vanities now, which one to go for really. Are we together? So this is actually where my joy comes in, and I just want to see people empowered. And it's so unfortunate that the least attended meetings around the world are meetings that have to do with this area of money nation. I just joined the TikTok, trying to post some of our pictures and all those things. But one of the things that actually gotten most of the views was just the cultural dance I attended in Warri this last weekend. The funeral I attended, there was a cultural dance and I quickly recorded it. I posted on my Facebook, I put on TikTok. I think we did about seen over 200 views there. I was like, people can like nonsense things. Just because somebody is dancing with a big tummy, open, not wearing shirts. So this is catching their attention. But the message, things like that, no, very slow about it. But you see, that is why I'm not surprised that the wealth of the 97% of the people around the world belongs to just in the hands of 3%. So this is the 3% that cares to do what the 97% will never do. I lost a brother early this morning. Please remember to call Felix. Felix lost their first son. He just had stroke about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Did everything and he carried it. Since 3 years we've been awake. But I've cancelled this seminar this morning because I was supposed to do with him and all that. But I can't just cancel it like that. I have a date with destiny. My brother here, for example, lives in Delta. We met him when he traveled, and when he was around yesterday, he called me less in time. So I'm not going to just call this guy and say we're not having a meeting. See, what I'm saying is that until you come to a level where you are mission driven in what you believe in, you're not going to break free. And this is stronger than your village people. This is why I preach against mysticism when it comes to wealth creation. You think you're just going to walk into work like that? If that is the way, then every other person will be rich. Those who are rich are people who deliberately, intentionally invested. They invested their effort, they invested their money, they invested everything, and they finally broke out. Suddenly, they're just living a life of affluence, and the money just keep coming and keep coming and keep coming. Please don't relent. And don't keep money in the bank. When you have too much money in your bank, is also a reflection of your knowledge as far as how money works concerned. 2 years ago, when we used to meet upstairs there, I was telling our class then that they shouldn't get surprised if I don't have $1 million cash in my Naira account. They used to like, ambassador, because they are using their mind to calculate the money I make in this system. Because I understand money so much so that keeping it is making the bank richer. And they don't give me anything from it. I don't put it in the project. So I try to surround my life with projects upon projects upon projects. That if you give me $1 billion now, that is what it must go into. I mean, they are on ground ready for the money to go into that. Now, this brings me back to many of you must have, of course, if you have not read a book or read that board that, then you need to go back there. That's exactly where you should start from. How many of us have read that book? Read that board that. Go read that book. Or at least if there is any book you should read, after that, read the following book, the Cashflow Quadrant. You have this thing always specified there. You can after read that quadrant, you wrote the other book, Cashflow Quadrant. For me, it's about the greatest financial teacher alive, please. That book, you couldn't fault anything there. You just argue with that book for nothing, and because I just remember there's no other two ways. It's like something that is finished. It's either you follow the instructions and get wealthy, or argue with it and just remember. Now, if you look at our lives, it's around these 4 quadrants. It's either you're here, many of us we're here, and quite a number of us are here. Most of the time, when we tell people that, oh, we have a business, this is actually where we are. You know, when you own your business, oh, I own this is my business, I own the business. The truth is that it's still a business. If we look at it carefully, if we do a forensic analysis to it, we find out that that business cannot survive without your presence. So that means you actually still self-employed. You may have few staff that work for you. But can you actually leave that business for 1 month, 3 months without your presence and your business survive? You know, that's actually why wealth is defined in time. Wealth is equal to what? Time. Wealth is not defined in cash. If you stop working, if you stop doing the business you are doing now, that you own, that your company you own, and you stop being actively involved in the next 3 months, can you survive it? You see that now? That's why wealth is defined what? In time. Until you get to this, don't stop. Most of the time we confuse this money and wealth together. If you leave this your business, I say, okay, I'm taking a break, I'm going for vacation. For the next 3 months, 90 days, you are broke. Or something will happen in the business. Or it's not even managed well. The people you thought you were going to manage the business, they are messing with the business, and everything is just nosediving, just going down, and if you don't really come to the rescue, it's gone. So you find out that you're actually still under what? Self-employed. The only difference now, you go to work the way you like. Nobody's actually flogging you. So the next thing is to try to move the business to this level, and this is a big factor. On a global stage, this one should have no less than 500 upward as staff of the company. The global rating, what we call what? Big businesses. So with this one, you just see that you're very far from it. All right? So maybe in our country, then we can reduce that to maybe like 20 staff up. With this, you still be operating this. I think from time you will really be, you have to be at least 100. This is where you will now begin to function in this dimension. Because for you to pay salary of 100 persons, it also shows the flow of income that's coming to your business. Especially if you are not just employing them for the fun of it. So passive income is so vital, but most of the time, building our own business has not been very, very funny. And this is the reason I encourage this section of the quadrant, investments. And if there is any strategy statement that I've said here so many times, and I said also when I was in real, I said the worst investing is what? Better loss spending. If you will get that message, you will be aggressive about investment. No matter how bad it is, don't tell me all your past experiences. Who has lost money? We've all lost money. We just lost human being, and that's the worst loss you can ever lose. So what is big deal? We've all lost money. The worst investing is better than the smartest spending. So all those money you are putting in your pocket, I'm coming, I will do, I'm coming, you are just deceiving yourself. Now, why this is so vital to quickly build from here before you even get here, why you are here, you know, this is the process of getting here. But you need a lot of income from here to expand your self-employed business to be able to take it to this level. So this is actually building on what? Or leveraging on an what? Existing business. Existing business. Because most of the time, some of you, they put a good money in this business, it might even crash. Because you've not even developed the structure enough to carry it. If they put $1 million on a business that is struggling within 10 million, it might just crash. So it might not even be the best option to put the money into your business. It might be in another business that you know you are going to get what? A better response or return from it. I've done a lot of breakdown of this thing so many times. The report that came out 2019, when we talk about the GDP, remember that GDP of the African continent, the African continent GDP. If you are a student, you will definitely be aware of this. That is put at what? $2.2 trillion. And I remember I've also told you people, the GDP of just four companies, Apple, plus Facebook, plus Amazon, plus Microsoft. The GDP of these four companies is put at what? $4 trillion. See, some of you that are fighting over landed properties can see you have no business not doing well. The whole of Africa continent, with all the noise they are making, fighting for community land and all of them, this is the race. All things being equal since 2019, we don't even know what has happened now because from 2019 till now, the whole of things has been messed up. Now, these are just four companies. If there is any company here that was actually created before the .com, I think it was Apple. All of these things, they came with the internet, the invention of the internet. So this shows to you where the money actually is right now. This is almost double the GDP of the whole of Africa. That means these four companies alone will actually buy our continent and give us some change. They will just buy it over. Now, I'd say this is wasn't worrisome enough. The African Development Bank, which we have our brother as the top organ there, said in that 2019, the African Development Bank also gave a report that the GDP of Africa in the next 5 years, 2019 to 2024, by next year, will be growing at what? At 3%. We grow at 3%. Meanwhile, the GDP of Microsoft alone, within the same time, with the same 5 years interval, is going to be growing at what? 50%. Now, I know you're a prayer warrior, you like to pray. I'm not against prayers. I believe in prayers. I pray this morning for us, or as I wake up. If you were to invest, let's say this, now remember, as Africans, all our businesses that we do fall under this. In fact, the one that gave 3% growth is one that is very healthy. You know your own is not very healthy yet. You don't need to tell you. You know the struggles to go through your business. And this even all things be equal. The sudden rise or crash of Naira was not even put into consideration. So you know what that means to your business. So you might even give your own 2% or 1.5%. Instead of struggling to put all your money here and keep losing, just to prove to people that I'm the MD of this company. You know, that's actually not our trouble. We don't, now I'm the MD here, and I don't get it. So, why don't you put your money, now you have studied, you have done your analysis, you have found out that this company, Microsoft alone, will give a better return on your investment. Why don't you put your investment here and pay less and struggle less? And you are not even part of the management, it's not your business. Your own is that when the time comes, you just collect your thing. You don't have money to put here instead of struggling here. At least you have opened up another stream of income while you are trying to manage what you are managing under this year. There's something here is coming for you to under put it there. At least you can manage, you cannot be seen better. Because knowledge has eyes. Are we together? So please don't try to struggle with the whole world of things. You see, that is why the ego, the bird called ego, that's actually so unique as a bird. And according to report or discovery, they found out that the ego does not struggle with the wind. It just finds out the direction of the wind and rests there and just soar right there. So instead of flapping like others are flapping, the way we are flapping at 30%, trying to prove our wings, why don't you just go with the wind of progress and just soar with it? Just roar like this and then just keep moving. So that's what we need to do. You know, with that, we just make significant progress in our lives. This is what I've done. I own a business, a manufacturing business. We produce air freshener, we produce that. So I'm talking to the people in my factory at Akuti. Every factory. In fact, the first that I ever did was even the factory. It was built on somebody else's land. That's another one. So I don't consider it as a outcome of this one that anymore. So, if that was the business I've been waiting for to live my life, probably I'll still be driving my CRV. That this will work, it will not work tomorrow. So what did I do? Because I have understanding of this, I decided to invest my money and my effort and my strength into an existing business as an investor. And that's why I'm able to live the life that I'm living. So understand this, put some money, leverage on the existing business to actually be able to soar in your finances. Now listen, the reason that I'm most concerned is because money is a powerful tool. It makes you poorer when abused. And when used properly, it multiplies and procures fortune for you. This is the reason I'm so brutal about finance, about financial literacy, about getting to people to know what they should know and live the life of the dreams. And not just living the life of a dream, I actually want you to live that life on time. That's another factor. On time. Because the time is coming, you have no interest in some of those things, like I said earlier in our starting. Money is a powerful tool. It makes you poorer when abused. And when used properly, it procures what? It multiplies and procures fortune for you. Now, two money problems. Number one, not enough money. And number two, too much money. Yet there are two major money problems around in our world. If you don't have enough of it, you might steal, you might do nonsense. If you're a woman, you might go into prostitution, you might do so many wrong things when it's not what? When you don't have enough of it. There are two money problems. Number one, what? Are we together? Yes. I said there are two money problems. Number one, what? Not enough money. And number two, too much money. And too much of it can also be a problem. It can make you very arrogant, and make you very disrespectful, and make you to talk anyhow. That's why you need to actually build your stamina on time before your millions come. Now let's drop the curtain here, so that we can quickly analyze what we just do. Making sound choices. Now, before I give you this last statement on this, I will tell you. There is a cousin of mine. From birth, he wasn't too strong physically. So, we grew up to know him like that. Such a person, you would think the best way for him to becomes something in life is to take education very, very serious. And be, kind of somebody who like books and all of that. But this was not the case. The father happened to marry 2 wives. So immediately finished his secondary school. His uncle from the mother's side got a job from the federal government then as a tailor. So, and the uncle made so much money from that tailoring business. And he bought a brand new car then. Suddenly, the vision of this young man changed to become what? A tailor. Remember I said, he's not physically very strong. And he's part of his head, his body moves, shakes. So one day he came to the dad and said, Dad, which is my uncle, so I'm telling you a life story now. I want to learn tailoring. And the dad was so disappointed because that one had a grammar school. And he worked with the government those days at Ibadan and couldn't take it. You are my first son. Why do you want to learn tailoring? My plan for you is to go to school. No, the young boy said, this is what we want to learn now. Of course, to show that you're actually planning with the mom bumps out from inside the room and said, leave him. If he say want to learn tailoring, let it be. Remember, it's the mom's brother that just got a contract with the government, so that's where the money is right now. So the man being the perfect gentleman, Marco was a perfect gentleman, unlike my dad will give it to his children. Marco was, most times when you are too exposed, you become weak. And some of those crude this thing that comes from people like us that go in the village is very helpful when it comes to managing your home. So because you are too touched and too exposed, you won't even know when the woman is now putting lemon in your head. You just want peace to reign in the family. You become so weak indirectly without knowing. Manko accepted. And this young man went to learn tailoring. Yes, he did it in 19 and started working with it. Now remember, he has abandoned education. Remember also he's not that very physically strong. So that means there will be an end to some of those things. Now other children have grown, some have gone to school, other children from other women, because this woman has only just him as a parent and a lady. Now, years come and pass, this brother is not doing well financially. Now he is the first son. You've forgotten that was a contract, not a passive income. You see why I'm very particular, you investing in existing businesses so that can create what? A passive income for you. And whatever happens, he felt that is cursed now. See, that is always the problem of Africans. Now that things are not going well, the only thing that comes to your head, that probably there is a curse somewhere. There's somebody that didn't wish you very well. And this is the reason for your deed. And one day came to the dad, traveled down to Ibadan to meet with the dad, with a bottle of Shinam. And for a man to do that, you know where so many instructions are coming from. I came to this innocent man. Dad, I was told I should pray for me. I went to Shinam. The man looked and laughed. I said, son, did I ever curse you one day? I never cursed you. And whoever told you that your dad cursed you, and you should bring one for me to pray for you, go and meet the person. Tell him I never cursed you, so I don't know what I should be reversing. When I heard that story, it's very my brother, still back home now. He's living in the house that the dad built with gratuity money those days. That's very good. And he doesn't own his own house. Thank God he's the first son, so he's living there. So I came out with a statement from this story, and I want you to write it down. Decision is stronger than spell. You need the Bible? Decision is stronger than spell. That was how that statement was born. For those who must have heard it from me some years ago, it was from this story. That statement came out of my spirit. Decision is stronger than spell. Most of the time, we make wrong decisions in life. And we are unable to track those decisions. Many of them, they are tiny decisions, some of them, they are major. And they all, in accumulation, form our lives, form the quality of our lives, and forms how we end up in life, either as broke, as very rich, or at the middle, or whatever it is. A man is not actually far from the sound decision he's able to make. And the most beautiful thing about decision making is that the more you make good decisions, the more your brain for making sound decisions becomes stronger. Just like the way you develop your physical muscles, the muscles of your brain, of your decision making becomes stronger. And the less of that you get done, the weaker it becomes. That's why you must learn how to make decisions at every point in your life. Either your education, either concerning your children, either concerning your finance especially. You must make some tough decisions that will give you an edge in life. So at this point, we come to the end of massive bank accounts with Ambassador Life. Thanks so much, and God bless you for that section. All right, we do this two and this together.